Hi, everybody. My name is Wendy Morgan. Welcome to the Personal Development and Training. Today is July 11th. It's hard to believe it's already past the mid-time of the year. Today, our focus is going to be personal development. Why is it so important? Why is it so much, why can't we just focus on the numbers or just focus on reaching out to people? And the main reason is because your personal development and where you stand with your mindset, that is the filter of how you're going to reach out to people. That is the filter, the energy of which the people that you're going to attract. That is the filter of how you're going to actually work your business. That is the filter of whether you get up and actually do what you need to do and to create that momentum. So today is going to be definitely interactive because I would love to hear back from you. So Heidi went ahead and suggested that you guys chime in on how do you want to handle things? How would you like to learn how to do different things? So I'm going to try to make this like a monthly ongoing why personal development is important. So let's just kind of jump right in. So I'm going to kind of share with you my story. So therefore you can understand why in essence I jumped into personal development and why this was so important. So my story, most people don't know that my license is that in the physical therapy field. And back in 2008, I was transferring a very large man. He was like 6'4", into his bed, and he was post stroke. And he basically was leaning the opposite direction. And that was my fault. And so I basically made it sure that he made it to his bed. And in the process, I herniated my back. Now, through that herniation and being down for near a decade, I had a lot of mindset that went through my brain, right? Because when you do something again and again and again and again, your brain actually creates specific synapses. And as they like to say, those that are hardwired together like to stay wired together. So that's why if you're on the couch every single day and you're trying to motivate yourself to get up and go to the gym, it's really hard to motivate yourself because those synapses in your brain are very hardwired. So this is why personal development is so important. So when I got into direct marketing as such, my headspace was really in the way of reaching out and helping people. One of my main weaknesses was I didn't want to follow up with somebody because I felt like I was bothering them, right? And what in essence what I was doing, I was projecting onto them, me being really exhausted, and I just didn't want to do it. And I don't like being bothered by people because I don't have the energy to have any extraneous conversations. So therefore I projected onto them that they don't want to hear what I have to say and bother them, which it wasn't the truth at all, right? And we have this beautiful, most wonderful application. I mean, we've got honestly a miraculous application, the stem cell activation patch, and people are asking their creator all over the world, I need something to help. And so we need to work on how do we get out of our own way so that we can get to those people, start that communication, let them know about this wonderful application, and then turn around and be able to continue, reach back, follow up, and basically, and sorry, my brain just died. Basically, offer this product and then be a support to them while they're on this product. So personal development is really big, and it all starts with you. What you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself, what personal programs. So right now, I want everybody, if you can, just go ahead and write down, 2 or 3 things. What are the hardest things for you to do? Is it really hard for you to follow up? Do you feel uncomfortable reaching out? Do you not like Bob, he sees some people, limping, and he'll just go walk right up to him and say, hey, I see you're limping, man. What's going on? Are you doing okay? Do you need some help? I don't feel comfortable with that. So that means I've got a program running against that going, because I feel like I'm just like a vulture, right? Ready to go and launch on top of them. And, but Bob does it so very suave. And so therefore there's a mental block in my head that's saying, don't do that, because the last thing they want to do is somebody come walking up to them and invading their personal space. But that's me. I've got a personal space, and obviously that tells me about myself. So I want you to write down a few things of what that you constantly come across a block. And then somebody, if you like to go ahead and just unmute yourself and give me one thing, just let me know what that is.
I find it hard to stay organized and keep track of the people that I'm following up with.
Okay.
So I don't mind going out and talking to people, but then did I actually get their information, and where am I tracking the follow-up?
Okay. So let's try the first one. So what's the first one, Karen? Just stay unmuted.
Being organized with follow-up.
Okay, organized with follow-up. You know, maybe this is exactly what I want to do, allow this particular session to mold into whatever it needs to mold into. So Karen, that's a really wonderful conversation. Let me get my book. Let's see here. So Marcy kind of talks about this too. Let me get my other book. Hang on.
No, it doesn't. The next
So
one.
I got fancy books only because I use the legal pads, and they get messy if they're just hanging around. So don't get to go with fancy pads. So anyone that I talk to, anyone, right? And this is what Marcy talks about, the simple piece of paper about everybody that you put on there. So this is like everybody, you know, that I am talking to, that I have an interest in speaking to him and introduce him to the patches. Now, you can tell I haven't really been to this pad in about a week, but normally up here, I have a date. Let's say today's 7/11, because I will be addressing this pad today, 7/11, and I'm going to make a column. And so I just check up on everybody whom I put a check with everybody whom I've followed up with. And then I make sure that I'm going to do that again in a week. I'm not going to put that date there though. If I hear back from them, I will continue that conversation. But otherwise, I will follow back up with them in a week or maybe 4 to 5 days, depending upon the person, if I know them really well. So this is how I basically keep myself on track. Once I start talking to the people about, that's not so much personal development, I think it's more organization. Would you agree, Karen?
Personally, I can feel chaotic sometimes.
Okay. Let's I'll continue that and I'll go back to that. So then once I talk to them via once I share with them the startx39now.com, then they go on to this slip and they get completely crossed off of the other slip. And then again, and then over here I have talking, T for talking, X39 now, and S for samples. So if I'm talking to them, they definitely get a check mark. Obviously, everybody here should have an X39 now.com check mark. Samples, only if you do, only offer samples if they seem to be on the edge. They're like humming and hawing, because, you know, I can go broke otherwise. And if I did schedule them appointment for an educational call, if I did schedule them, if we did jump on the educational call, and then what kind of kit did they sign up with? So that's how I basically, and it's, so that's easily said, and correct me if I'm now on the right track for you, Karen. That's easily stated, but it's hard to keep yourself on top of that as far as like, oh, okay, now I have to do this today. Is that what you're thinking of?
No, well, a little bit, but I just having the book, I torn between book and phone. Like I have some people in my phone in my calendar, and then I just, once I reach out to them, I can add a note to the calendar and then I can reschedule them for a couple of weeks down the road. But I feel like I don't really have like a system. And I know that this system is all in place, and that's awesome. And I really love it because there's so much to this system. I feel personally supported by so many wonderful people that I can personally develop myself at my own pace in my own lane.
Okay. So while the system looks great, it's kind of stopping here, right? It's kind of like, it's like the gears are not quite clicking into place for your brain, correct?
Mhm.
So what works for you? Are you more of a physical, write on the paper gal, or are you more, I like electronics gal? What are you, would you say?
I like electronics better, so I'm starting to try to build even like sheets, Google Sheets,
Mm-hmm.
as you had there. And that way I feel like because I have my phone, or I'm with Apple, so even my MacBook or my iPad, I could plug it into the form, because otherwise I have so many little pieces of paper. And then once a week I can go across the office and like, okay, trash, trash. And then I'm constantly transferring onto all these different pieces of paper and notebooks. And it just,
Yeah, it gets to be too much and it's overwhelming. So yeah, I mean, it's really important to work where your brain works. So if you're a more electronic person, definitely work more electronically, make those, what do they do it for like accounting? They have the spreadsheets. You can totally do, because spreadsheets are nice. And I'm sure the same thing with Google, automatically put everybody in alphabetically if necessary. And then you can put your dates on there, absolutely. But, in truth, when it comes to the brain, when we think, well, this is not working, therefore I'm going to do that, I'm going to create more problems and more lists to check and more of this. And in essence, it's kind of like a procrastination thing. It's kind of like, I just don't feel comfortable where I'm at. Do you feel like it might be there?
a little bit, because I'm reading some of the chat there and I'm like, sounds like me. Yeah, I'm right there with Karen pretty much. So maybe because I'm of the personality too that I like to help others, I could say, okay, you know what? I'm going to create a Google form based on what you just said, and then put it out there for maybe in Telegram. Anybody wants to swipe it. And that might drive me to better successfully build a form
Yeah.
that,
Right. So know thyself. Are you more to jump into action when it's for somebody else or when it's for yourself?
I love this. Thank you. More for when it's with somebody else. And I think a lot of us with Lifewave are like that. We're more likely to take action for somebody else. And that's what draws Lifewave to us, so that we can help more people. And then how do we stay on track with this, help other people, but also help ourselves and not feel like we're doing it for the money, like we're not in it to.
Funny, because that's right where I went ahead and I was hearing Spirit Gun say it's all about the money. Because yeah, if we're constantly giving to other people, that's okay, right? Because we're programmed as kids, right? Stop being so self-centered, stop being, selfish. Don't be what's that? Remember when I was a teenager, don't look in the mirror too much because you might be conceited. It's like, oh dear God, I just want to make sure my hair is brushed. Nowadays that's definitely thrown out the window. But nevertheless, we are always taught to and programmed to give to the other, and we're second best. And then what's interesting, because, not I know for myself, but many others who are in this business, yeah, it's great to reach out, but then all of a sudden we feel guilty because we're getting money for it. God, oh no, this is not right. But again, that's a program, right? But money, guys, so we are going to be doing a training. Money is just energy. It is created through you, from the creator, for wherever your focus is at. It is, you create it. So think about this, just so we can jump on here just for a little short bit. If I said to you, I want you to go ahead and write a check for $1,000, a lot of us might go, let me check, my book. And we're just like, oh, I just don't know if I have that right. We wig out, right? But yet if I said, okay, I want you to take 10 deep breaths, are you going to wig out for any split second that you think that air is not there? Of course not. We know the air is there. We don't have a second thought that there's not enough air for us to take in, and exhale as well. Same thing goes for money. We basically create money. We create everything around us through our focus. The creator works through us to go ahead and create those things. Money is easy to create as air. Inhale, exhale. We take it in and we spend it. No big deal. We take it in again and we spend it. No big deal. We take it in and we spend it. No big deal. We take it more in and we spend it. It's just ebb and flow, ebb and flow. But we've been so programmed with money that it's evil, that it corrupts, that it is only for the special elite. There's not enough to go around. Oh, you're not good enough to have the money. I mean, think about all the programs that we've all grown up with within our childhood when it comes to money. My father, funny as it was, in his day and time, he was fairly wealthy, but I would not know it because everything he bought, like if he bought this, he go, here, you can use it. Oh, thank you, Daddy. All right. But it's mine because I purchased it. Right. So I was never allowed to enjoy what money had to offer. So that was a program that I had to work through. So it's really interesting. I remember everything is energy and everything must have an exchange and a balance. So if you're giving to somebody, you know, usually hypothetically, if your friend, you know, needs help, you know, organizing her closet, you go over to organize her closet and what she do? Hey, stay over, I'm gonna make you dinner. There's the exchange, you know, and that kind of normally happens in, you know, functional relationships. We always have an exchange of energy, but we know there's a lot of people, especially if you're empathic, you know, you're a giver. What do? We attract the takers. We attract the narcissistic people who are basically constantly taking, and we never can give enough to them. And the sad part is that we don't also receive from them. And that's also tied in that whole concept of the money aspect. It's okay to give, but I'm not good enough to receive. So when you give out your time, right now, every one of you on here, you know, you've been giving out your time, you've been following through your lists, and you can look through it. And I'm going to share with you how I do this, which is, you know, I too had an issue with money. I too had an issue with receiving money. My previous direct marketing company, you know, I remember telling the person whom I was working with, saying, if I could just go ahead and share this with people and you get the money and then you kind of pay me in the background, that would be great. Because to me, it felt sticky that here's this product and now you're going to give me money. But in truth, guys, no one gives you money. They pay the company money. So remove that essence. They're not paying you money at all. Number two, your energy is going out. You're working your list to what? Share a health application that will really help their lives and really help their being. And again, money or finances is part of our health. If you don't have the money, you cannot afford to be healthier. You can't eat organic food. You can't, you know, get filtered water. You know, there's many things there. So that is actually part of the whole growth. And unfortunately, it's been programmed to us to make us sicker, to make money unobtainable. So therefore, we will be sicker, we will be lack of mentality, etc. So we will get into a training as far as how to get money going and flowing and looking at that really, really different, yes. But really work on it as though instead of like, I'm sharing this product, not because you want to make money, really clear that out. So we'll go into how to clear that out in a second. But look at it as like, no, I'm here to help people. I don't give a crap if I make $100, $500, or $5 million. I'm just here to help people because that's what this is all about. We have a heart-based company. We have a heart-based team. God, I love this team. We are here to connect heart to heart so we can say, I'm there for you. I hear you. I see you. And I'm going to help you, you know, go along this process of healing. And here's this application that I use. And, you know it's going to help your body, but we'll see how you respond. So take it from that perspective and just inhale that money and just let it just come in and just, you know, let it do what it want to do, but don't focus there. Focus there. Did that help at all, Karen?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Did you have another question or was that pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Next question. You can raise your hand or just unmute yourself.
I've got a question. Let me see if I'll show you who I am. I've been all over the place today. Hi, first time kind of joining in these 3 consecutive meetings. Really good. I'm really excited. Jan, I forget Jan's last name, but she brought me in. I'm so excited. I had an injury and that's how I got in. My questions and my struggles seem to be that I have a lot of people I've shared this with, but I don't, and I think I can follow, but it's pretty much what Karen is saying, and it's the organization. So I'm finding I would pay someone to get some more organizational tools, people that are organized, because I know there are people that are. That's not me. I was a nurse by career, and I've been working at Home Depot now for 5 years as a garden associate, just moved into another department because of the injury I sustained there. And so challenged mentally a little bit with my focus and trying to, make sure that I am committed to certain time frames. And it's just really, it's about that organization. I have such an excitement to do this. I think probably we all do, but I don't know how to get my system in order. I've actually purchased a few things that are sitting there waiting to be used to organize me. So it's a lot about being able to find ways to get organized and to keep because I think the organization of my papers, of my process, will help me mentally, because mentally I get this fogginess and this struggle, and I am in quite a bit of pain off and on, but like not now, right now, not so bad, and it's nerve pain. So just really finding a way to maintain direction. And I think being out of organization in your office aspect, it contributes to more confusion and frustration with my own self and ability to follow up with these people that I really care about.
Right. So great points and great questions. Fawn, is your name correct?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
So psychologically, when someone is in pain for a long time and you are overspending yourself, you are overworking yourself, you're a nurse, hello, I'm just presuming you're going there. And you're just constantly, I mean, it's not like a person is intended to go about their day, and if all of a sudden their body goes, I'm kind of feeling tired, I need to lay down, we need to listen and go, okay, putting my life on hold for a minute. I'm just going to lay down, take a little cat nap, or I'm just lay down on the grass and just taking the day for, 15, 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But when you're a nurse, you don't get that. So in essence, you're programmed, like your body goes, sit down. No, I can't. You need to lay down. No, I can't. I need a drink of water. No, you can't. I need to go and eat. I'm starving. I haven't had anything in 6 hours. No, you can't. Right. So you taught your brain not to, in essence, listen to what's going on. And then all of a sudden you're stuck with your body afterwards of feeling the pain, feeling the being ignored, feeling the being abandoned. You've literally abandoned your body. So you've also accepted that space of I'm in constant chaos and there's nothing I can do about it. So therefore, when someone says, okay, guess what? Guess what, Vaughn? We're going to organize now. And you're like, what are you talking about? Because you're not organized here. You haven't been organized here. You haven't listened and categorized, and no right or wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm just acknowledging where things are at. So literally it's coming back into you. What do you need to do for you? So it's really, it's honest, and this might sound like an oxymoron because we're not addressing the list. We're not addressing that. No, because that's what personal development is about, is literally taking off your shoes and go walking around in the grass, laying down, a small towel and just laying on the grass and doing some, earthing, as they say. And the earthing is not a woo-woo, guys. It's actually scientifically proven.
Yes, it is.
And go down and really start to find you again, really introduce you back to you again. Feeling your body. What do I feel like? What do I want to eat this morning? Do I really want coffee? Maybe I don't want coffee. Maybe I want some fresh orange juice instead, whatever, instead of going through the habits, because when we check out and we're out of our body, we go through this habitual pattern and we have consistent chaos. And so therefore, it's difficult to create organization outside of us if we have consistent chaos. And funny thing is we generally try to control more out here, which it never works because we're totally out of control here. So really work on some personal, alignment of getting back into your body, getting to know who you are and what you need to take. And that literally means really being in the moment with every conscious thing that you can do. So there's a couple different tools here that I could give you. One tool is to really work on being in your body as much as you can and being observer to your environment and observer to your thoughts. So when you observe your thoughts, pay attention if they're going off into netherworld, or if they're saying negative stuff to you, or if you're repeating old patterns like I'm in pain. No, you're not in pain, but I'm in pain. Because our brain, again, that synapses, right? It's so used to being in pain. And now you're getting out of pain, which is awesome. But that synapses is still there to convince us. I mean, in the PT world, we have many people be out of pain, and with their thought system, they'll bring them back, right? They bring themselves back into that phantom pain when they're really, the problem has been healed. So really work on some meditation practices. 6-phase meditation is a really good, that's a nice guided meditation, getting some grounding, some earthing, really doing some nurturing for you. So you're coming back into your body, taking care of you. So you're no longer abandoning you, right? You're coming back to you. And as you organize the you within, you're going to find that the organizing outside of you is going to be so much easier. You know, if you want, you're welcome to go ahead, connect with me. We can have a private session and I can help you do whatever if you want to do that. I'll put my number in the chat.
That might be a good thing. I just want to say that one of the things is that I have tended to, I do a pretty good self-care, and I take care of everybody around me. Like, as you know, we take care of those around us, but I do pretty good self-care. With the injury, what happened was I am under the jurisdiction of a system that's broken. So workers' comp did not do anything for me for 4 months hardly. And what they were doing, I think, injured me more. So I am trying to figure that out. And you're right. I think sometimes the pain, I can't tell. It's like, it is legitimate. There's nerve pain because I've got an impingement and the bulging discs. They're not mine, but right now I have them. So it's, yeah, trying to focus outside of that. But the organization of the business part, like I think what Karen said, has been an ongoing issue in my whole life. So I'm sort of listening to what you're saying and thinking about, how disorganized am I? How can I get out of that disorganization in my brain, which I have been working on for a long time, but it's hard.
It's hard.
A hard behavior from childhood to now, but thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it is. And you hit it right on the nail. I mean, whatever we were programmed as a kid is very small. And it starts a vibration. Literally, we hold those vibrations in our cellular body, and that vibration begins to broadcast. And the broadcast, what attracts an equal broadcast to constantly give us equal experiences. That's why, I mean, I don't know if anybody of you have done this, but I used to journal my whole life, from my teenage years all the way up to, I think I stopped when I was 40. And the reason I stopped, because I would go through and be like, oh my God, every year is like a repeat. I'm on a freaking Groundhog Day. And it's because we are broadcasting this vibration, and there's a purpose for it, so that we see and learn more about ourselves. But what it does is, as we broadcast and we mirror another experience on top of it, that broadcast now gets a little bit louder and a little bit louder and a little bit louder. So what started really little when you're a kid is now this big, huge, expansive, experience that we all are going through. So yes, if you had that non-organizational skills when you were little, probably because you were brushed off your center and your grounding when you were little.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah, I can see there's a lot of chaos around you. And after a while, you kind of have to either get in and do the dance too, because if you don't, you're just going to constantly feel the constant movement, and that's hard for a child to deal with. So they just get pulled into the tornado that's going around them and tries to shut down in order to survive. That's a survival mechanism. So that's very common. So yeah, we can definitely, so those things, everybody needs to work on going back and looking at that. And I do have a process called I'm Agape, guys, and I am going to create a class. It's a little bit challenging for me to do so because I usually do it one-on-one, but that helps you get down to the very things that you're experiencing when you're a kid. So for you, Fawn, so I hear that you're doing self-nurturing. That's great. Getting into, the root of who you are and your childhood. And, I'm sure you've heard of tapping. That works really good as far as the subconscious goes.
I have issues with tapping because of sensory issues.
Gotcha.
But it is a great thing. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't seem to be able to do that very well.
Okay, so yeah, the I'm Agape prostate might work better for you then.
And that's I'm Agape?
So you're not going to find it anywhere on the web, guys. I am a GAPA.
I got it.
Yeah, so Ayama and Agape. So it means basically the love of man to God, the love of God to man, to bring down to the original creation of the blueprint of who we are.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So, so for now, literally really focus on your alignment to your divinity, your meditation, your earthing, because that's going to change your vibration, and you're going to track different things, and you're going to find things that are going to be coming about a lot easier for yourself when it comes to the organization skills.
Thank you.
But I left my number in chat. Just go and scroll up and you'll be able to find it.
Thank you.
Okay, next question.
I have a question. This is Lisa Pettit.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, and this is fresh in my mind because I just spoke with my tax guy. Tips on tax management, expenses. I mean, I think it would just go with just basics, right? You track your entertainment, meals, your receipts. I mean, I was talking with my tax guy today and I was explaining, he was asking me, do I buy product to resell? And I said, no, but I buy product and I give it away. And he says, I should absolutely be tracking the cost of the goods that I'm giving out. Are there any, I think someone had mentioned this earlier, some of this, why recreate the wheel, right? Someone's probably already got these tracking sheets, these Excel sheets, these, tax sheets. Are there any types of resources like that out there?
Not that has been shared with me, but Lisa, so I'm working with a tax guy that's within our company, and you just basically sparred a new talk for the personal development. I'll have him come on and basically share his in and outs and thoughts, what you need to keep track of.
Oh, that'd be great.
So that'll be in the future. But as far as I know, yes, you should be able to write off every single bit of patches that you buy for yourself. Why? Because you're your personal testimony. You can't exactly share it very well if you don't have a testimony. And since you do have a testimony, even if it's like, oh my gosh, I sleep better. It doesn't matter how big or how little it may be. It's still a testimony. And that's what you do to get people interested. So that's part of your sales. So every bit of product that you purchase is tax write-off. Now, I've heard some people actually use it and somebody's, or maybe Lisa, the medical account, whatever your insurance doesn't pay for, you can pay out of that account for those medical goods.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. HSA. What is Alicia, do you know what that stands for? I don't remember. But
Health
anyway,
spending accounts or spending accounts. Yeah.
Now, I've heard some people say, yes, you can go ahead and buy your product out of that account as well. I don't know about that, but that's something definitely to look into. That might be very, profitable to look into. Thank you, Jen.
Okay.
Anyways, so all of your travel, if you go to any of the conventions, the price you pay for the convention, all the food while you're down there, the hotel cost, the flight cost, everything. If you meet anybody for lunch, I don't care who they are. You look at them. I don't care exactly who they are. I say, hey, have you already heard about the latest stem cell activation technology? Well, no, I haven't. Oh, okay. Well, if you're interested, I can share that. I don't care if you go on, but that right there, you can write off that lunch because you just mentioned it. As far as if you work in your home, you can actually write off a certain square footage of your home. I know I have internet, of course, and my kids use it. They watch TV. Yes, but I'm on this phone literally 12 hours a day. So I write off my whole internet bill. I write off, my phone bill, of course, because it's primarily used for business. So all those things that I know I write off. Now, when you get to a certain point, you're going to find that your taxes are really high. So therefore, you might want to look at turning into, getting an LLC and therefore paying yourself out. I'm just learning about that, so I can't really talk about that. I see here, Ben says tax write-offs for gas to get their lunch space in your home. Yep, that you work in. Barb says she asked corporate about HSA and FSA, and they said no. Thank you, Barb, for clearing that up. Must be a standard credit card. Okay. I see what you're saying, Barb. Yeah, you can't pay out of that particular account. Okay, gotcha. Well, I wonder, Barb, can you have a card that's associated with that account, though? I mean, don't they do that?
I don't know.
My tax guy recommended I'm sorry, Barb. Go ahead.
Guys, now I was just going to answer Wendy by saying they just said it must be a straight credit card.
Yeah, but they don't know if because you got your credit debit card, right?
Yeah.
That's from your bank, and I know you can get a card that's associated to your savings account, which what the FSA is about. So I wonder if you could get that, or is that just a debit card you feel?
Hmm.
So
Need to get somebody else to answer that question. I didn't think you
Exactly.
knew.
See, but this is good because those are questions. that
I
we'll
know
answer
a
next
little
time.
bit about that. About
Right.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
it's actually my accountant said that it's a lot better savings for me to deduct the money, my expense, than to use my HSA. I've had an HSA for years. You actually you can't send it to the credit card, the company, it can't use it as a credit, but you could then turn around and use it just like you would if you were doing a yoga class, okay? But so you can deduct it from HSA, but it's from a tax standpoint, it's a much better deal to just deduct it from your income. Because
Awesome.
every single thing you do, if you make this a separate little company, this goes through, any expenses don't just come against this, they come against your regular income, your W-2 income. And so that's a 25% savings, or if you're in the high income bracket, it's a 31 to 35% savings.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Thank you so much, Joe. Really appreciate your input. I really appreciate it. I love our
So,
team.
so I'll close out and let someone else ask some questions. But one other thing he had mentioned to me, well, I think we talked about these. So samples, you can write off all your marketing materials, office supplies, phone bill, meals, mileage, entertainment. He also said that it would be prudent for me to have a separate checking account for all of my any commissions to come into. And he said you should also have a separate credit card attached to that checking account, whether it's a bank card, ATM card, whatever. And that way, every single thing you purchase is on the same account. So come tax time, there's no mixing and matching and trying to figure out from your ATM card, use your credit card. You know, I've already been using my personal cards for the first, 5-6 weeks I've been working on this, but I'm absolutely going to stop. And I think I'm good on product right now. I'll have time to wait for a credit card. So that was another good tip that he gave me today. And he also recommended another thing. And you're going to have a tax guy come on, which is going to be good. But he also recommended that I take a look at, we should all go back to our tax person and find out what our what our liability is for the year. Because if we're going to owe beyond that, you would probably want to make quarterly tax payments against what your commissions were for the quarter, or you're going to end up having to pay about a 5% interest at year end because you didn't pay it quarterly. So there's like all these different angles that we got to pay attention to. If it's only a few $100s, that's one thing, but when you're talking into the thousands, so.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. There's something you said a while back, dang it. Yeah, having that separate account, of course, makes it just so much easier for your accountant. I go through, I'm actually doing my taxes right now. I go through all of my like I've got my whole entire checking account, everything's printed out, and I go through and I highlight anything that such as that. So it is a way more pain in the hiney, but definitely get the separate accounts, be a lot more easier, most definitely. So thank you very much for that suggestion, Lisa.
Right, thank you.
All right, the next question.
I have a question.
Sure. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, maybe I'll do the video too. Hopefully I remember.
There you go. Hey, good to see you.
Hey, so I think I had two questions. One was a couple months ago, you had shared about another pad board to write down for people that you are following up on your team for.
Mhm.
And that helped me, but the same thing, like everyone's talking on here, I start to feel like I'm organized, and then I can't find that board. And that's the next step I'm going to try to do in my office, is put up some kind of shelving or something where I can grab these boards out. So I'm not writing on scratch paper all the time.
That can get really crazy. So my scratch paper, honestly, is I take screenshots. Like if I'm in the middle of something, somebody says I want product, or oh, I just looked at the, start X39 now, I take screenshots and then later on I go back through and I write their numbers down or their names down in my list. So I understand it still gets kind of crazy making. And so, as the old saying goes, we all try something and then we realize that something doesn't work so well. So we do something different. So I'm now doing something different. So of course, the pads that I've already shared, yes, I've been doing that and that still works wonderfully. Excuse me. Hang on a minute. There's somebody blowing outside. Okay, sorry about that. So now, and I'm just in the process of changing this, Heidi. So whenever somebody signs up, now I'm looking for something. I think most of you know the intake form that I created. And it's in biz.com. It's not updated to the evolved team yet, but no big deal. And it's this one, right? And over on the side, once you sign somebody up, it says first follow-up, second follow-up, third follow-up, fourth follow-up, etc. Are they on auto ship? Are they not on auto ship? And so when I first have somebody, when I fill that all out and I take all their information, because when I do an educational call, I'm there to supply to my people or to the people whom I'm speaking with the information about the products and how this would correlate with their particular health issues, and allow them to make the educated decision what's right for them. We're not here to sell, right? We're here to share. So anyways, so all that information goes here. And then when they say, yes, I want whatever package, great, whatever. Then I go through and let's say today is the 11th. Actually, it is 11th. So let's see if my calendar will work for me. So therefore, if I place an order today, 2 weeks from now, so the 25th is going to be my first follow-up, because that means they're basically going to be on the product for 1 week, right? And then I know that their auto ship is going to go out on the 11th of next month. So 11 minus 5 is 6. So the second follow-up is the 6th of August, because I want to make sure, hey, how are you doing? Either A, you have an auto ship going out for A, B, C, D. How are you feeling? Do you need more product? Do you want to go ahead and change that? Do you want to add something to it? What is it that you may need? Some people, we try to get, everybody on auto ship, but some people really don't need it. So I don't like pushing it. And I go, okay, so I still reach out to them. Okay, this is 5 days before an auto ship would normally be going out. So how are you doing? How are you think? Because some people, honestly, they're getting such great results that they all of a sudden they share it with their husband or their wife, and there's daughters and oh my God, I'm out of product. So it's a good thing that you followed up with them. Be like, yes, I need to order more product because I've already given it all out. So I write that there. But then when I'm through putting it in the computer, they're ordering the computer, I go back into my phone and I have Google Calendar. And in my phone, I put down, what is it? I say the 25th. So I go to the 25th and I say, follow up with Susie Jones. And I put her telephone number in there. And I'm going to say 1 week on the patches. And I tag Susie Jones in that Google Mail, because there's a way where you can tag people. So I tag her email. So she'll be notified knowing that I'm going to connect with her and to see how she's doing for 1 week. So she knows it, I know it, and we'll reach out to her. And usually that's normally just a text, right? Because I notify them before I even get through with that conversation. If anything goes awry, let me know, right? I'm here for you. I'm backing you up. And then I put another Google reminder, or, in my Google Calendar, for the 6th of August, because that's 6 days prior to auto ship either going out or would be normally going out. And again, I will say, okay, Susie Jones, I don't know if that's the same name I used a while ago, but Susie Jones, I'll say, put her telephone number, because honestly, guys, I'm not going to remember Susie Jones from a flipping hole in the wall come August 6th. If I just say, call Susie Jones, I'm like, who the heck is she? I don't remember. I talk to like 10 people a day. I'm not going to remember Susie Jones. So I'll say, if it's a 6 day before the auto ship goes out, I actually want to talk to them. It's not going to be a text. I want a personal phone call with them. Hey, you've been on this near a month. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Some people are busy, so if the call goes through, then I will follow up with a text. But nevertheless, on my Google Calendar, I'll say follow up with Susie Jones. Auto ship, should or is going to be going out on the 11th. for one extorting for a promo special. Highly recommend that she upgrades to gold. And I'll leave her number there. And again, I will tag her, or if it's my downline, if it's my downline's person, I also tag my downline as well in that as the additional people, adding people. Now, if it's my downline that I'm working with her people or his people, then therefore I will tag him or her in all of those, because they're learning how to do this. So I want them to see. So I really prefer that if he goes and pulls up and he says, oh my gosh, Susie's got an auto ship going out in 6 days. Well, we need to follow up with her. I don't want him to wait on me. I want him to have the initiative to reach out to Susie, say, hey, Susie, so let's schedule a call with Wendy. We need to get on a phone call to see how you're doing, because it's been roughly a month, or it's going to be roughly a month, and your auto ship's going to go out in 5 days. So we need to know if we need to make any changes. And then we make that schedule. And that one, though, on the 6th, that also gets on repeat. So it happens every single month. And, if for whatever reason she makes an order earlier, or if she upgrades, then that push out her auto ship order to the next month. If somebody is that question what I'm talking about, then let me know. But if that date changes, then I change the date. But it's always on repeat. So therefore, I will always remember to call Susie Jones, or my downline will remember to reach out to Susie Jones at least once a month, see how they're doing. Not only does that keep retention in your field, retention in your points, but it also keeps that nice collaboration of relationship of knowing how you feel. Now, once I go ahead and get done with Susie Jones, right, her information, I used to put it in a flip and put it per date. And that's what you probably saw last time. Hang on, let me go and mute this.
All the shit supposed to come up. Well, I ain't mad at lunch for.
Sorry, guys. There we go.
There you go on the phone.
Where did my participants go?
Oh, listen.
Okay, they finally went ahead and muted themselves. But anyways, and I realized that didn't work. I was flipping that, and it was making a lot of it was Heidi, go ahead and talk one more time, because I want you up.
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go. Okay, so I realized it was getting really big mess. So now I got a huge binder that's alphabetical alphabetical goes by the alphabet.
Yeah.
And anyways, because sometimes, if Susie goes ahead and calls me in the middle of the month, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know where Susie is. Now, at least I could go to the S's and go, oh, there's Susie. Okay, yes. And then, because so otherwise it just sounds like I don't know you from a hole in the wall. And that sounds really mean. I don't want anybody to feel that way. So that way I could easily go, okay, yes, Susie had this issue. How's Susie? How are you doing with that foot issue? I know that you ended it a while ago. How's it feeling now? That feels good. And I want to know that. I mean, I wish I had a memory of a computer, but I don't. But that I think will work much better. And and using the phone, that works really good. So any thoughts or questions there?
Oh, I'll have my kids show me how to use Google Calendar.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to do a good training on that, but I don't know how I can show my phone. I mean, I know Marcy knows how to do it. So maybe I'll have Marcy tell me how to use the phone, while I'm on Zoom, and so you can see everything I'm doing on the Google Calendar. It's really fairly simple. And actually they also have a desktop version too. So maybe we'll do that in the future too.
Yeah, that was really helpful. And I like the new plan you came up with, because that's what I was running into, was the alphabet thing.
Yeah, it was really difficult to find people. It's like, and constantly going through for like 20 minutes. Oh, there they are.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Marie, you had a question?
Yes,
I guess.
just about the patches.
Yeah.
When you're doing business, those gifting patches, can you record that and deduct that like on your income tax? I'm Canadian, but is that something that you can do as a business expense?
So repeat your question a little bit different. I don't think I'm understanding it. Oh, I think I muted you, Marie. I apologize. I didn't mean to. So unmute yourself again.
I think only if you're giving the gift. If Marcy is, then no, you can't.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so not everybody that has a business can deduct those.
So if you yourself are handing out the gift or the 5-day
Yes.
samples or whatnot, absolutely, that's totally tax deductible.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, Fawn, you had another question?
Yeah, two real quick ones. The form that you shared, I thought I saw it somewhere. Is it available to print out somewhere?
It is. So let's see here. I'm gonna go to share screen. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta open something up first. So let me minimize and oh, I just downloaded Windows 11 and it looks so different. So, okay, so let's see here. Start X39 biz.com. Okay, now start X9. Oh, BIZ. Come on. There we go. All right. Now let's go back to here. So I'll share my screen, guys. All right, hang on. Share screen. Okay, there we go. Everyone can see the screen, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, we're gonna scroll down. To the 14 steps, okay? Tapping that. And we're gonna scroll down. Take the order, number 9.
Oh, number 9.
Okay, and we're scrolling down. I'm Indiana Jones now. There's where you can find what to expect, before and after tracker. There you go. 1-page customer intake form or practitioner form. It's the same form, guys. You are only
Okay.
but the intake form. There you go.
Thank you.
And now the only thing is down at the bottom, it says be activating, which we're now evolved. That will be changing, but they haven't uploaded it yet. It doesn't make a difference. Only you see it. It doesn't make a difference.
Wendy, can you go back
So
and
this-
show I'm so sorry to intrude. Can you go back and show the link to that you did before before you showed this, before you showed where it goes to?
When we first started.
It's in the chat.
Yes. Well, I know that, but I have a hard time getting there because of all the concussions and stuff. I can just
Okay,
get
gotcha.
it.
Okay, so
That's okay. I mean, whatever's easiest.
so it's start X39biz, biz.com.
Right.
Okay. And then we scroll down to the first bar. It says the 14 steps to your success.
Good. I'm taking pictures of all this. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Okay, so move on. Okay. And then down to number 9. Take the order.
Gotcha.
And then down until you find the intake form, which is close to the bottom. If you've gone to the Spanish, you know you've gone too far. There you go. It doesn't matter if it's practitioner or customer, it just says something different across the, I think we're going to get rid of the practitioner to say intake form. So anyways, and then it's just the intake form, and that's where you find it. Okay.
Thank you. It's gorgeous. It's
It is.
beautifully
It's really
done
nice.
and so organized and everything. That'll take care of a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, I had to do that right away or my brain would not.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I have one more question real quick, and that is that I want to know, does everybody have a separate email for the business? Because, oh my gosh, I am so horrible with emails. And if I don't put that, I think I need to just put it separate in a separate email. I have one that I think is pretty clean, and that would be what I would use it for. Is that common? Y'all do that?
You know, emails are so easy to come by, and if it goes ahead and gives you the slightest bit of, confidence and making yourself feel better, then by all means, go ahead and do it. I
get so many emails that I can't even open them. I just would lose track of them.
Yeah. I'm not an email gal, so I'm the terrible worst person. I mean, I tell people, if you're going to send me email, you need to text me first so I go look for it.
I'm the same.
I look in there, it's like weeds. It just keeps growing, and it does get overwhelming. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to go there. I'm just not going to go there. But I mean, I do go there. Obviously, I just search Lifewave, and therefore I can see all the reasons of that going. But it'd probably be a lot easier. I do recommend when somebody is coming on as a business builder, make a separate email just for Lifewave, so that way you can see all the things just from Lifewave there. You're not getting 20,000 spam a day of different stuff. So yeah, to clear the mind, I would definitely say you probably find it much beneficial to go ahead and open up a separate email.
What about your phone separate? Anybody do that? A separate business phone line?
I don't even think Marcy does that.
Okay.
But again,
Thank you.
it's all dependent about how your mind works, Fawn. But be careful, because a lot of times our minds, we like to say, for instance, like you get up like you do not want to clean house. You know, you don't want to clean house. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make a list of all the things I need to do so I can check them up. So it'll make me feel like I'm being productive. And then when we get through the list, we're like, oh, you know, and I've got to, then we procrastinate, right? And you got to remember the brain is just creating more tools to get you where you need to do. And the thing is, you just need to go, I know this hurts, but I just got to do it. Because again, to break away from any habit that we're in, and this actually brought up with the previous lady, it is difficult to break out of those habits. And that's why you only want to try to change one habit at a time, because otherwise it's overwhelming. You're not going to accomplish it. Just work on one habit. Just going to do this. I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to do it at the same time every day. I'm going to do it with the same music every day. I'm kidding you not, that really works with the brain. Because literally days that you're like, I don't want to, if you put on that same music, the brain will pop into, nope, that means it's time for us to make our list and, you know, reach out to people and talk with them. And just make that one change. And eventually you're going to create the momentum. And it's not even going to be a brainer. You're going to be able to do it with ease. And when that one becomes at ease, then you work on the second and you want to change that.
That is really good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really like that. Thank you.
Was it my turn?
Yeah. How you doing, Mary?
I am doing well. I just have a really quick question about using that, what you just showed us. Do you start using that after the person has purchased product?
This thing?
You have your list that you're using, and you both two different books, and then you start using that at what point? I missed that.
When I get them on an educational call, you know, so my educational call, how I handle it is basically they come on the phone. Hey, how are you doing? You know, it's a normal conversation. Where do you live? How's your weather? You know, what's your kids? You know, I've got kids too. This was really fun. You know, try to find something in common, because that always makes people feel a little bit more embraced. And then from there, okay, so I understood you watch the x39now.com. You know, have you had an opportunity? Most people do. Okay, you know, most we have. Okay, do you have any questions? They ask their questions. And I go, okay, so, you know, would you like me to explain it in more detail? Some do, some don't. That's taken care of. And I come back, okay, so tell me about you. I'd really love to get to know more about you and what's going on with your health. What are your complaints and what are your goals? And so this is where this comes out.
Okay.
So at the top, and I start writing down all the things that they're talking about. And a lot of times they go, you know, and also my husband, or also my wife, or also my daughter, and also my, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And you write it down. Now, if let's say, Mary, if I was your three-way person, that I was, you know, I was the expert, you know, doing it for you, we would both be filling this out. Let's say you're brand new. So I always have all my brand partners do this, my new ones. So for instance, they say diabetes, arthritis, pain, sleep. Then after they're through sharing everything that they've shared, that person, I say, okay, so if you don't mind, I know you're aware of the X39, but there are other patches that kind of use the X39 as a launching pad, a laser focus in specific areas. Would you like me to go into those? Absolutely. Okay. So since you have diabetes, I'd really like to pull in carnosine, and I'll go into why. And I'd like to pull in AON because it really helps decrease the inflammation for your arthritis. And as far as the sleep goes, let's let the X39 kind of do its work. But if necessary, we might come back and give you some silent night. So therefore, you as a person who's learning will write down all those patches beside it. And that repetition makes you really learn the patches as well.
Right. Okay.
So then hypothetically, they decide, yes, they want a silver kit, you know, so I have like suggested patches here, but they go, no, I really just want the X39 and AON 2 months of each. Okay, so that's what they ordered. And I'll finish filling out, take their order, finish filling out that paperwork, and expedite to for it. And then that goes. Now, on here is the credit card information. So what I recommend is you do one of two things, and this is a must. Write it down, that's fine. Write it down in pencil, cool, great, erase it. If you write it down in pen, you make sure you have a permanent marker right beside it, because as soon as you put that order in, that permanent marker goes right over it. We don't want that information kind of just lingering about, you know, for problems to happen. You know, never invite problems. So that is a must that you do. You need to black that out, make that so it's not legible from that point forward.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
Great
because if they ever do recontact you and go, oh gosh, here I'm 15 days in and I'm already handed out my patches, then, if they say I need to make an order, we go in, we see their last 4 digits. And so we say, okay, what's your CVV for those last 4 digits? So, it's always important that the person be in control of their own finances, not in your hands by any measure.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions or thoughts? None?
I have a simple question on the intake form across the top. It says PC, kits, BP, SP, GP, PP, and DP. What are those?
Okay, PC is preferred customer.
Got that.
And actually, I need to change it. I just realized that because we now have retail customer and we have regular customer and then we have preferred customer. But if someone wants to do retail, honestly, I just go to my website and say, go ahead, sign yourself up. I don't normally take their information for them. Kits, you have your bronze kit. So your bronze package, your silver package, your gold package, your package, and your diamond package.
Oh, I knew it was simple. Okay. And what's the difference between the intake form and the practitioner intake form?
Nothing.
Okay. That's what it looks like.
Just the word at the top.
Okay. That's what it looks like. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. And anytime you actually bring anybody in at the bronze level, unless they're literally pinching pennies, we want to encourage them to upgrade to the silver because literally for $175, they can get 2 X39s if necessary, or an X39 and 2 supportive patches, which is a really great deal. And then again, from silver, upgrade them to gold. Because why? Because they get a free supportive sleeve. So, and there's where it kind of ends off, unless somebody's buying for a lot of people, then they might upgrade, encourage them to upgrade to platinum and or diamond. But you always want to kind of constantly upgrade them. Not necessary for you guys. I mean, seriously, not necessary for you at all. It's literally to help them get the best pricing. And so the packages are where to get the best pricing. So again, if you reach out to them and go, hey, I really want to encourage you to upgrade to gold because you're already, doing $179 for the promo. We upgrade you to gold. Yes, it'll be $200, but you get a free supportive sleeve. People like to know, those ins and outs. They don't. And you're there to try to help save them money. So it makes everybody feel good. Okay. Any other questions? I see a lot of people unmuting here. Janet? Did you have a question? I'm going to presume not. Charlene, you have you're unmuted. Did you want to say something?
I just wanted to say thank you. This has been exquisite.
Oh, good. You know what, well, guys, I have to be completely transparent. Today, I'm like, I have no idea what to talk about today. So I'm really grateful. You guys have been such a great help. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Charlene.
I have a question.
Yeah, Laverne.
You said promotion. 175 get you how many sleeves?
Okay, so the promo, generally what I'm referring to is the X39, X49 promotion for 179. And that's, when we can get those two. So if someone normally was on that for, that's what they had for their auto ship, I might, before their auto ship, go out and say, you know what? Why don't we upgrade you to gold? And oh, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. So that's for gold is what we'd upgrade them because that's only $200 plus they get a free sleeve. If they were at a bronze, most people come in at bronze for one of 2 reasons is from my experience. One is because, financially, they just can't budget it and anything more. And that's respectful. The second thing is they're just trying to try out the product and they're just not really quite sure. So they're just going to go, pretty simple. So they've had really great results. I will always try to recommend, hey, so let's, instead of getting you just the X39, let's upgrade you to silver because already they're paying $99 just for the X39. And if they come in as upgrade to the silver, they're going to pay $175 because you're only paying the difference. And the reason it's reduced is because the $25 signing out with the company is removed. And then also that 1 sleeve of X39 is also removed. So for $175 upgrading to silver, they can get I think they can get 2 X sleeves or 1 X sleeve and 2 supportive sleeves for $175, which is a really good deal.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And speaking of that, if people are kind of going back and forth, guys, between I want to X39 and Aeon, but I don't want to pay $299 for silver, I always pointed out to them, okay, so, but if you come in at a bronze, you're going to pay $170 plus $25 for sign-on fee, plus shipping and tax. So that's roughly $200. But if we want to remove that sign-on fee, it's still $170. But if we buy 2 months worth in that silver kit, you're basically getting it for $150 per month. You're saving money. So not that I'm trying to talk them into a silver, I just want to try to have them see you are saving money if you come in as silver and just buy 2 months worth. It's like a $40 savings right there. Actually, it's more than that, it's like $60 savings. Okay, thank you, Laverne. Alisa? Okay, she has her hand up, but she's not saying anything. So Jenny, go ahead.
Wendy, you said when they go from bronze to silver, they only get 2 supporting sleeves. I thought it was 3x39 for silver or 1x39 and 4 Eon to give them 4 months out.
Okay, so I got that latter part. Go back to the first part.
Okay, so you said they get 2 supporting sleeves and an X39 on the silver.
If you upgrade from a bronze to silver, you're just buying you're paying for the difference and you're also receiving the difference, right?
Okay.
Okay,
But
so
don't they, if they go to silver, don't they still get the either 3x39 or?
No, you only get the difference. So since you came in at bronze, you've got 1x39. So when you upgrade to silver, you're not paying $300. You're paying $175 because what you paid for the bronze is deducted out of that.
Right.
Not only price, but also product. So they already got their 1x39. Normally a silver is 3x39s, theoretically, right?
Right.
And so therefore, when you upgrade, you're removing 1, and therefore you can only get 2 when you upgrade. Does that make sense?
I just never talked to anybody about bronze, so that's why I was asking. Thank you for the info.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but some people, yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Elise, I see your hand raised again. Try to unmute yourself, love. Huh, I don't know. Okay.
I got a question.
Hello? Hello?
Is that Elisa? Hi, Elisa.
Yes, it is. Hi. Basically, what I had to do is go on my phone because
you know what, love? Can you mute your computer and anything else? Because we're getting a lot of feedback there, love.
Is that good now?
No, you gotta mute not only how it's coming out of the speakers of your computer. Mute your computer itself.
Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
So what I did is I actually just logged off on my computer. Now I'm on my phone because there's a problem with my speaker on my computer. So I'm actually Diamond now. What would you recommend in terms of going forward? What would be the best strategy in terms of getting the patches at the best price in terms of when you're buying more for yourself? Would you say that the subscription model, or is there anything else that you would recommend?
When it comes to yourself, probably the maintenance kit is the best place to get the next cheap pricing.
Right.
Right. Now, when it comes to people underneath you that which you're relying upon to their points, if you're literally, so there's, I like to rely upon, I like to suggest what will benefit the person, right? But I do understand there is a time where I need to make certain points because I really need that income. I get that too. If you're upgrading them, you're not going to get very many points. If you put on maintenance kits, you're not going to get very many points. Just to let you know that when the most points you get are just straight orders, reorders, subscription orders, that's where the most points basically stem from.
So straight points. Okay, right. So just do that. Don't really upgrade because a lot of them I'm upgrading them.
Well, I still upgrade because that benefits them. But to me, most people stop at a gold because then, thinking about forking out $500 is a little bit more than they want to fork out. So basically from there, I just basically have them go on orders. So a lot of the orders, especially for the supportive sleeves, you're not going to get any different from a maintenance kit that you are going to get just normal orders. I'm going to explain that here in a minute. So I always notify everybody, when you order supportive sleeve, you buy one, it's $69. When you buy two, it's $59 together. When you buy three together, it goes down to $49. So I say to them, if you normally get, let's say an Aeon or Aeon and Alavita, I say, order three together, order 2 months of Aeon and 1 month of Alavita. And the next month, order 2 Alavita and 1 month of Aeon. The following month, you won't have to order anything. Yes, you are putting more money up front, but for the long run, you are saving yourself money. That is going to be the same points. Actually, it might be, I haven't looked actually the point system with that versus the maintenance kit, but regardless, they're going to be being paid for the same price if they choose a maintenance kit, or actually, no, if they order, you're getting more points because that order goes in right then and there. And that the price for the product is the same as if they place that order versus if they do a maintenance kit. A maintenance kit, because it basically trickles out your points through months. That's why those points are lower. So if a person ever wants to make, save money, I always say buy in bulk. I don't necessarily do the maintenance kits unless they're like, I want a whole, like yourself. If you were, my downline and you're like, Wendy, I need a lot of X39s. I'm not going to suggest to you, well, then, go ahead and buy them. I might, then yeah, you can buy 20 at a time. That would be better for points for me. And I think the price is the same, truthfully, versus going off and getting a maintenance kit. The only deal with the maintenance kit that I like to use is if somebody wants to buy a lot of product, they're not building the business, they're consumers, great, have them go on maintenance kits, because that way those points are constantly filtering up every single month and you don't have to worry about them falling out. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So I guess maintenance kits and buying bulk is the same amount of points for me for my downline?
No, the other way around. It's the same pricing.
It's the same pricing, but you're getting more points on buying bulk up front. They're buying bulk up front.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to sometimes convince. I guess if someone's been using it for a while and they're totally in, then they'll buy bulk. But you know how it is at the beginning. They're a little bit, they don't want to put so much money up front, or they really can't afford it. They have to go over the long run. They have to break it up. So, but if I can get someone to buy the bulk up front, I'm getting more points for that then.
Correct.
But I guess it's all what works for them.
Yeah. I mean, you got to kind of balance it out. Like I've got a gal that's in Spain, and literally she comes in and she's like, okay, Wendy, I need all of these patches. What can I do? And she's already bought in at a diamond, or it doesn't matter. Even upgrading is the same thing as kind of like a maintenance when it comes to points. So, but anyways, so yes, we go into the maintenance kit and we go and find the best maintenance, which she buys 3 maintenance kit, keeps her active for months. She gets what she wants. She got the good price. It's irrelevant. Those little points do trickle up, which is fine, but that basically helps. It basically is like it suits us both at that bit. And she knows about the background. I don't try to, make it in my favor by any measure. I try to make it in the favor of the person first.
So I'm diamond, and once I'm through with this and I have to do my maintenance, what would you say is the best strategy for me to stay active as a manager? Because I know that if you don't order within a certain amount of time, you lose your status, and I'm kind of nervous about that because I don't want to lose my status as manager, because then I won't get I think I don't get the commissions down line. I'm a little sorry. I have to do a little more studying into the the compensation model. But right. So I guess that's my question.
Yeah. So basically what I would do, honestly, and this is what I do, I just put on auto ship a promo. I use them both. And so I just put my auto ship as the promo, which is the X30 and X49 that covers all your 110 points.
That's
And
the
then
110. Okay.
yeah. And basically if I do need, obviously I do need supported patches during the month. And so I just order them when I need them.
So it's 110 after. So I'm diamond now. I just signed up. So I'm good for 3 months.
Yeah.
At the end of the 3rd month, then I just have to do 110 every single month, basically.
Yeah.
Right. So just like a subscription model, I guess. So if I lose my manager status, like say I don't order it 1 month, am I still getting points on my downline?
Okay. So very good question. So whatever status you make, you're
manager.
You're there regardless. Your status does not get taken away. You might, of course, go down because let's say a silver falls off. So you're just being paid, you're at a brand partner, but you still have manager status. And that can mean there's a lot of times, I have senior presidential status, but there's so many times I'm just that director. I kid you not, because people fall out and you have to call them up. Hey, what's going on? Are you okay? And get everybody, back ordering again. So that doesn't change. But if I'm not active, so all the points that have built up through that month or points that I've not used that we get paid on in the compensation program in the generation, payment, when you get 330 points to 660 points, when that happens, you automatically get $50. If you don't make an order within 30 days, whatever points have built up will zero out.
Wow.
So you want those points to consistently build up, especially if you're building a business. If you're just a consumer, no big deal. They don't care. I mean, they wouldn't care anyway. So, but for you building a business, you want to make sure you have an auto ship going out every 30 days to make sure those points are consistently building. And as we call it, not flushing out to zero.
So I have a question. If, like, say you brought in hundreds of people and you're not ordering yourself potentially for whatever, a month or two or something, you're losing out on all the commissions on all those people you brought into the company, right?
Yes. The only time that your 110 points can be substituted is when somebody is making a retail order or preferred customer or customers making their order and it equates to 110 points or more. Those points can make up for your points. Yes.
That's good to know. If someone does a retail order. Okay.
Yeah, I would not rely upon that because you can't depend upon if Susie, Joe, and May, all of a sudden, if they decide not to order that month, guess what? Your points just got flushed. So in the past, if your points accidentally do get flushed because your card gets canceled or you normally can call your upline and they will call, or if you're like a SPD or whatnot, or a PD, you can call Lifewave and you say, so sorry, this is what happened. And they go, okay, as soon as you make an order, we will bring your points back. But they're talking about not even allowing that to happen. So I would just get in a habit, bite the bullet, put in an auto ship and just leave it there.
Right. Okay, just one last question. Where is a good place to see like all of the promotions? So for instance, I knew that 2 people were going to join under me. And then I saw that upgrading from platinum to diamond would be this extra bonus for signing up people below me. So where can I find that in terms of like seeing any of the new promotions that are coming so that if I do have a couple of people that I know are about to join, I don't miss out on those opportunities? Because I feel like I'm a little scattered, like I'm trying to keep track of everything, but sometimes I miss, looking in Telegram. Would it be just on that StartXBiz39biz.com or because I don't really see the promotions there?
Let me see here.
Yeah.
I
Like,
check the InTouch app and I check my emails from corporate.
So
the
it's the
InTouch app
emails-
and emails, all the promotions are right there.
I'm sorry, from corporate?
From corporate email. And also, if you go into your store, it'll say if you go into your back office, the 3 lines, if you hit store and then hit promotions, you'll see all the promotions.
So
but I
store
use the InTouch app a lot. I just started using it and it's helped me immensely.
I'm sorry, which app?
The Lifewave InTouch app.
Oh, okay.
It has training, it has testimonials, it has promotions. It's amazing.
InTouch. Oh, thank you so much. I don't have that app, but on the website, you said in your store. Okay, in the store, and then it says promotions.
In your back office.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hit the 3 lines on the right, or I don't know where they are for you. And it should say promotions.
Promotions. I'm in store promotions.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you, love, and get to my.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead,
it
Wendy.
doesn't say that. It just has, it just says the X39 and X49 performance bundle.
Yeah, that's all the promotions that are going on now, I believe. Isn't that right, Penny?
No, that's not what I was asking. Like, for instance, I was a platinum, and if I upgrade to being a diamond, within 14 weeks, if I sign people up to a platinum, you get certain bonuses.
Oh,
like
okay, I
those,
see what you're
so
saying.
like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, okay, so the rank up bonuses usually happen maybe once, maybe twice a year, and those come down from corporate. And those would be your email and also
Okay.
generate, oh, that's where I was going. I was thinking, why am I opening up another window? I'm going to show you.
I was lucky because I had 2 people join under me as brand managers, and luckily this promotion came, but I had just heard of it by accident. I was like, oh, I wish I can keep track of these so that I know that, like, I could take advantage of them.
Okay, so here we are on the, I don't know if I can do this because I'm so used to doing this more for my phone. So let's see here. So
This is in Team Evolve,
Yeah,
right?
this
Oh, is this
Evolve.
the app?
Well,
No.
yeah, it's on my desktop, obviously. So right here, if I go to over to the left-hand side or right-hand, sorry. If I go to photos, I think it's media. If I look at in the phone, if I tap that, then I can scroll down and I can see, if there's anything that's, because if there's a promo, like right here, we've got the energy enhancer. That is a promo that is going right.
I see that.
So, and if I go down further enough, you're going to see the one that's from Lifewave that talks about how to rank up. And that was during June. I'd really have to go far, far back. There we go, rank up in June. And so that's a really good place to say.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, that's what
So if you're on the desktop, it would be photos. If you're on your phone, I believe it's called media. And so let me show you.
This is the Lifewave In Touch app, right?
No. This is on Telegram, the Evolve or Team Evolve.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm in that room. So this is in that team. I can look at the photos. Is that what it is? You look at photos
on the phone. What kind of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone. I'm actually looking at the Telegram app right now. Let me see if I can get into this.
I think my brain just died because I can't see my Telegram app, which is really weird.
Wendy, I have to go soon. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh,
no,
wow.
I have to close it down too. But so in the, I'm sorry, Jenny. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jenny. And go ahead. I understand you need to go. So in the Team Evolved, you see this, right? That's when you open it, what it looks like. So I'm gonna hit the top marquee right there. See that? And then down here, you'll see media. So I'm touching media, and there's the same, all those pictures again.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right.
Amazing. Yeah, I didn't, that's great because it just shows all the new promotions and things to keep track of, so that you don't lose out on opportunities.
Yeah.
In terms of, just one quick question. You had just shown the energy enhancer. If I upgraded from platinum to diamond, I don't think I can get that because that was an upgrade, right? That's not an individual purchase.
Yes, I believe you are correct. Yeah, the $300 has to be an individual purchase to get a hold of that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Take care. All right, last question, Jess. Go ahead and unmute yourself, love.
Yep. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. So just quick on the Team Evolve on Telegram, it says draft. On my screen, it always says Team Evolve draft. Do you know? Is there another Team Evolve site?
Well, I mean, we've got like 6 of them, and not that anyone has to worry about 6 because too many could be too many, if you know what I'm saying.
And then there's Evolve testimonials, Evolve before and after.
Before and after, and then there's business, and then I've got the Evolve personal development training. And it's just honestly, pretty much everything is loaded up, guys, in Team Evolve. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with anything else. So when
I don't know why it says Evolve, it says draft.
Yeah, draft. Oh, that means you started to write something, or even if you just accidentally clicked, like for instance, if you just even hit L accidentally and then got out, it's saying that you have an ongoing message that you started but you didn't finish.
So it's my end. I did that.
At the bottom, just delete it out, it should go away.
Okay, I'll find that. And in terms of the special, apparently all these months I have not been on the newsletter. So I have a 85-year-old brand partner who's forwarding me the messages from the, which is very not cool.
Oh, no,
He's
that's
adorable. He's a sweetheart. He's my funeral director. He set funeral plans for me, just in case, you know. And he's
this once.
yeah, no, he's really sweet. So he's sending me, and I ordered for him on Monday, which was the first day of the special, for 300, and I ordered, it was $297 or whatever. So the company won't let us add the $3. It's just a big oops.
Yeah.
I might have to just give him an energy enhance.
Yeah.
I may just gift it to him. Yeah.
Yeah. When these specials come out, you've got to go for the fine line. And with any specials, guys, if they say you have to order this amount, that's before tax and shipping. It's the final amount. Yeah. Because the other day, the same thing, was lacking $3, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So I just threw in a Shine or something. And
yeah. Well, you can also go in and put in a brochure.
I didn't even think about that.
You know, you can add a brochure or some kind of material that you may or may not need, but it will bump you into the free.
Oh, thank you for that. I like that.
Info.
That is.
I was just gonna ask that, because I ran into the same thing. I was short $3 or $4, and
yeah,
I bought
for most things.
I bought some of the little, the little sample packets, the empty ones that you put the patches in. I bought 10 of those, and it took me over.
Yeah. So some, whatever supply you need will cover that. And what was the other thing? But it wasn't under promotions. So apparently they're not always under promotions. I check the promotions every week. Right, Wendy?
Well, the promotions, yeah, I noticed that too.
It's a promotion, but it wasn't listed. So
yeah, I agree. Because when I just pulled it up just now, I was like, well, why isn't the energy enhancer there? So I think because they've had a lot of glitches the past 2 weeks, and I think they might be doing, bringing things up here and there. Yeah. So
and our team didn't send out anything. It was unusual.
Yeah, I sent it out from my email. I just checked my Lifewave corporate, and I have a special folder for Lifewave corporate and then Lifewave pay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just small details.
Yes, that was great.
I hope that
Thank
helps
you.
all of you.
Yeah. And let you guys know, we actually I talked to Garrett, and how every time we get, any type of order, all the pamphlets, everything, and we're like, can you please make that, check the box if you want the pamphlets with it. So therefore it saves on paper, it saves on the, our environment, because, a lot of people just like, either A, we got these, stacks this thick, which we'll probably never use, or we end up throwing them away. So they're looking into, yes, making it optional. So when you do make your auto ship order or any order for yourself, it's not a newbie and you don't want those pamphlets, or if you do want the pamphlets, then you check a box. So
I save them for people, like events or put on the table, because they think they're full, but they're not.
You little sneak, you.
I use them to gift patches to somebody, the used ones.
Awesome. Good idea. All right. Honestly, guys.
Thank you, Wendy. Everybody.
Absolutely.
Wendy, great topic. Great topic.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. I guess she just took her hand down, and so she's fine.
Yeah.
I guess.
Thank you.
Good. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. You have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. And I do believe Dr. Stacy will be having her talk today. I haven't heard yet, but I'm sure she will be. So, Pamela, did you have a question? Are you good?
No, I just want to say thank you. Thank you
You're
so
so
much.
welcome. You're so welcome. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Wendy. What time is Dr. Stacy's talk? 5 or 6?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. EST.
No, 9 p.m. EST, isn't it?
Well, that's a patching podcast, but her normal Ask Dr. Stacy.
Oh yeah. It's at 8. Cool.
8
Thank you so
Eastern
much.
or 8 Pacific?
8 Eastern.
And so her talk is 5 o'clock Pacific time. And of course, you have the patching podcast with 6 o'clock Pacific time. Okay. And I think
Thank
today
you so much.
You're so welcome. All right, guys, you have a good day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh, and by the way, if anybody asked a question, I didn't have an opportunity to go into the chat. I saw a few things there. And so you're more than welcome to text me. My number is 805-689-7865. Just let me know who you are, because unless you're in my phone. But you're welcome to text me with whatever, as long as it's short, question that you have if I didn't answer it here. Okay?
Can you please repeat your telephone number? I just got 805.
89.
I'm sorry, it's going out.
689.
689.
78.
78.
65.
65. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.